All right, we're back for part 2 of the Live Drive Jive archive on June 15th, 2021. Rudolf Steiner wrote about, and it's hard to say how someone went about getting that material out, wrote about or talked about. From what I've gathered, Steiner was big on public speaking, so he would give public talks, and then the material from those talks was recorded and dictated later into books. No sound, huh? That might be a problem on your end. I've noticed that Facebook sometimes doesn't always function with the sound. My sound should be good. I'll check though. Got someone out in the ideas room saying the sound isn't working. We'll see though. Maybe that's possible. The speaker off. I'll turn that bad boy off. How about now? So Steiner, let's see. I've been thinking about this from 3 different authors. One is Steiner, another's Poke Runyon, and a third, I forget right off the top of my head. But they're discussing the 2 different methods of delivering knowledge or spoken material. One being stream of consciousness. So speaking from memory and exploring ideas as you talk about them. This type of thing. And then another is the memorization, rehearsal, and delivery of material from memory. And the argument on the one hand is that memorized and rehearsed information is not new knowledge. It's a regurgitation of information, so to speak. Then you can vary through that and have the commentary on said information. Which one's commentary would be new stream of consciousness information. And so there's pros and cons to both. On the one hand, you have information that's not necessarily new material, but it may be tried and true and proven. And then on the other hand, stream of consciousness type information, new knowledge coming about, may not have a lot of logical order and reason, because things that arise naturally don't necessarily follow a logical sequencing. Ultimately, since we are in the age of logic and reason, supposed to be, you'll put that framework on it anyways. But if you're a listener and you have to strive to put that framework into information, it becomes more challenging to organize it. So there's something to be said for both. Demons jinn, genie, fairies, elementals, gnomes, sylphs, undines, and salamanders. All different types of paranormal, supernatural creatures, or not supernatural, but maybe ubernatural. Those are what I have been researching over the last few days. Listening to talks by Steiner and doing research on my own. Aha, that's where this brings me. The idea of these things being codified and set forth in books and grimoires already doesn't supersede the individual magician's work in finding those things out on one's own. So if those things be real, and I believe they are, I don't know though, we'll have to find out, right? Then it's up to the individual practitioner to suss out methods of telepathic communion with those creatures. Wow, there's like 1, 2, 3 dudes on bikes. They got the full gear. They got the bike with their blinking lights and those useless helmets, the special shoes that connect to the pedal for keeping the pedal to the metal. This dude in a bus is just going for it. And he got it. So he forced his way into a left turn, and that allowed all of us to make the left turn early. Kind of a dick move on his part, but what are you gonna do, right? So Plum Blossom Lane here would be a good place to take a walk when there's no vehicles present, like the witching hour, and do some necromantic magic to commune with. But I mean, what would you drudge up here? There would definitely be disembodied spirits, ghosts. But are there trickster genies hanging out around here too? Because the placement of the road is not, I don't think it's ideal. And it seems to cut through what looks to be a previously peaceful section of wood with a little creek along the side. So I would imagine that the nature spirits right in this little region are pretty active, because like I said, there's a lot of activity here. And then there's this creek. Oh, and there's a body of water. So if you watch David Polides at all on his Missing 411, which I do watch him, he says there's a couple of things that are phenomena that are typically present at disappearances. One is bodies of water, and the other is big granite boulders and other types of stone formations. So it's certainly true that those nature spirits dwell among those types of landscapes and settings. So this place is probably ripe with them. All right. We have arrived, I believe, on time. Yeah, about 10 minutes to 7, which is perfecto. I'm gonna sign off for this part 2. It's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday to me because it's the start of the week. Hope y'all out in Happy Land are doing well. Take good care of yourselves, and try to stay cool as it heats up. I hear it's getting hot back in the States. I love y'all good looking sexy people. I will see you back again next time. Bye for now. As above, so below. Until we meet again.